Ascorbic acid is water-soluble antioxidant vitamin. Its structure resembles monosaccharides. Acidic property of this ascorbic acid is due to OH group attached to enediol. It is strong reducing agent due to this double bonded carbon atoms, the enediol. Ascorbic acid reversibly can be converted into dehydroascorbic acid. Both these forms, dehydroascorbic acid and ascorbic acid, are biologically active, and in most of the tissues these are present in the ratio 15:1. Ascorbic acid loses its activity by hydroxylation and it is converted into diketoalgulonic acid, which is further metabolized to oxalic acid. This oxalic acid is excreted in urine. Human, monkey, guinea pig and bats cannot synthesize this ascorbic acid due to deficiency of L-gulonolactone oxidase. This enzyme is present in most of the plants and other animals, and hence it is synthesized freely in them. The dietary sources of ascorbic acid are Indian gooseberry, that is amla, citrus fruits, potato, tomato, green leafy vegetables like spinach and cabbage. Milk is very poor source of vitamin C or ascorbic acid. Recommended dietary allowances for this ascorbic acid for adults is 60 to 75 milligram per day, and in case of pregnancy and lactation it is 90 to 100 milligram per day. Smokers require more vitamin C and the requirement increases by almost 35 milligram per day. The functions of vitamin C are based on its property to undergo oxidation and reduction reversibly to form dehydroascorbic acid. And the main functions of this ascorbic acid are: it acts as a coenzyme for hydroxylases and it is water soluble antioxidant. In hydroxylases reaction, it helps in copper containing hydroxylases, that for example dopamine hydroxylase, and iron containing alpha ketoglutarate required hydroxylases, for example prolyl hydroxylase or lysyl hydroxylase. Coming to functions one by one, it is required for collagen synthesis. Collagen is the most abundant structural protein. It is present and it provides the supporting matrix for connective tissue, blood vessel, bone, dentin, etc. During conversion of procollagen to collagen, that means maturation of collagen is done with the help of vitamin C. This procollagen contains proline. This proline is acted upon by prolyl hydroxylase. It is a ferrous, it requires ferrous. Molecular oxygen is required, which is converted into H2O. Alpha ketoglutarate is converted into succinate. And prolyl attached to this procollagen is now converted into 4-hydroxyproline and procollagen is converted to collagen. During this reaction, prolyl is incorporated in the procollagen and hence this is called as post-translational modification or post-synthetic modification. Similarly, lysine is acted upon by lysyl hydroxylase to convert it into hydroxylysine. Formation of this hydroxyproline and hydroxylysine is very important for synthesis of collagen to generate tensile strength. This hydroxy group provides numerous cross-linking in between the three fibers of this collagen, and thereby the structure is stabilized. In deficiency of this vitamin C, collagen become weak, thereby connective tissue, blood vessels, bone matrix all become weak. The second function is synthesis of bone. Bone tissue possesses inorganic matrix, collagen, then calcium and phosphorus in it. So bone formation requires vitamin C. Vitamin C is also required in iron and hemoglobin metabolism. Vitamin C maintains iron in ferrous form and thereby it increases absorption. It also helps in formation of ferritin, the transport form of iron, and thereby mobilization of iron from ferritin also. In case of hemoglobin, vitamin C is useful for conversion of methemoglobin to hemoglobin, and it is also required for conversion of hemoglobin to bile pigments. In tryptophan metabolism, vitamin C is required for hydroxylation of tryptophan to 5-hydroxytryptophan, which is further converted into serotonin. The reaction is catalyzed by tryptophan hydroxylase, which is a ascorbic acid requiring enzyme. Then in tyrosine metabolism, p-hydroxy phenyl pyruvate is acted upon by p-hydroxyphenyl pyruvate hydroxylase to form homogenesic acid. Hydroxyphenyl pyruvate hydroxylase is a copper containing enzyme which require vitamin C. Also, dopamine acted upon by dopamine beta hydroxylase is converted to norepinephrine and then epinephrine. This reaction, this beta hydroxylase, dopamine beta hydroxylase is also a copper containing enzyme which requires vitamin C. Folic acid is converted to its active form tetrahydrofolate with the help of reductase, and this folate reductase requires vitamin C for its activity. Corticosteroids are synthesized in adrenal gland, and adrenal gland contain large amount of this vitamin C. Various hydroxylation reactions for corticosteroid synthesis require vitamin C. And the most important role is as an antioxidant. Vitamin C is a water-soluble antioxidant vitamin, and it has a role in scavenging free radicals. Thus, it spares vitamin A and vitamin E from oxidation. It also spares fats, proteins, and nucleic acids from damage by free radicals. The ascorbyl radical form due to combination of free radical with vitamin C is relatively stable because of resonance stabilization, and thereby it acts as, being water soluble, it acts as a frontline antioxidant. Vitamin C has immunological function. It increases synthesis of immunoglobulins and it increases phagocytic action by leukocytes. As antioxidant, it has preventive action on various chronic diseases like cataract. Vitamin C is concentrated in the lens. It has preventive action on cancer. It has preventive action on coronary heart diseases. It is required for carnitine synthesis. This carnitine is transporter of long chain fatty acid from cytosol to mitochondria, and during hydroxylation reaction of carnitine synthesis, this ascorbic acid takes part, and last function is during bile acid synthesis, cholesterol is acted upon by hydroxylase to form 7-hydroxycholesterol, and this reaction requires vitamin C. Deficiency of ascorbic acid is known as scurvy. The risk of scurvy is to elderly people who live alone, alcoholics, smokers, those persons which are not on balanced diet, renal diseases, on dialysis, patient with cancers, and mentally ill patients. What are features of scurvy? Number one, in scurvy, there occur fragile blood vessels. Blood vessels become fragile due to lack of formation of collagen and intercellular cement is not proper. So blood vessels become fragile. There occur internal as well as external hemorrhages. Petechiae or ecchymosis can be present. There occur bleeding gums and loose tooth. The dentine is not properly formed. The bone is not properly formed. Connective tissue is not properly formed. Blood vessels are fragile, and hence there occur bleeding gum and loose teeth. Then improper healing of wounds or delayed wound healing. In vitamin C deficiency, as the connective tissue cannot properly form, there occur delayed wound healing. Then we can see anemia. Anemia is, there are various reasons. The anemia is microcytic. It is due to decreased absorption of iron and transport. Then it is less conversion of methemoglobin to hemoglobin. It can be due to internal or external hemorrhage or blood loss. Bone fracture. There occur failure of osteoblast to form bone cement, osteoid tissue, and thereby bone fractures easily. Infantile scurvy is seen between 6 months to 12 months, especially to mothers who are consuming less vitamin C and the baby is exclusively breastfed. The condition is also known as Barlow's disease. Megadoses of vitamin C to the tune of 1 gram per day increases leukocyte function and thereby it is given in common cold, etc. This vitamin C is also given in case of COVID-19 as an adjuvant treatment.